Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I never thought a moment of hesitation could completely change the course of a relationship, but here I am, wondering if I made the right choice, or if I just lost the only love I've ever truly had. My name's Emily, I'm 29 years old, and for the past 4 years I've been with Mark. When we first met, it felt like destiny. He was attentive, funny, and somehow always knew exactly how to make me feel seen. We shared inside jokes, lazy Sundays, spontaneous road trips, and late-night conversations that lasted until sunrise. I thought our love was unshakable, a constant in a world that never seemed to stop moving. Mark and I had talked about marriage casually at first, and then seriously over the past year. He promised me he was ready when I was, and I truly believed him. I'd imagined the proposal hundreds of times. Maybe on a quiet evening at home, maybe under twinkling city lights, maybe even on a beach somewhere where the waves kissed the shore. I thought I knew him well enough to know that he would never let me down. That confidence is something I've learned the hard way, doesn't mean it was justified. The beach proposal was supposed to be the ultimate moment, a private, intimate surprise. He had hinted at it for weeks, dropping small comments about the ocean, about sunsets, about dreaming together forever. I trusted him to get the timing right. But as days turned into weeks, the anticipation slowly began to feel like waiting in a storm that never ends. Every evening I'd check my phone, imagining him on one knee, picturing the look of joy on his face, hearing the words I had dreamed of for years. And then came the day he was supposed to propose. We were at the coast, the sand warm beneath our feet, the sun dipping low into the horizon. I had butterflies, I had hope, I had that quiet excitement you only feel when something important is about to happen. But hours passed. And then more hours. And nothing. Mark kept suggesting we walk along the shore, take pictures and talk about the future. But the proposal never came. He laughed, he joked, he kissed me, and yet I could feel the weight of disappointment growing heavier with every sunset. 3 weeks later, nothing had changed. I tried to be patient, tried to trust that he had his reasons, that maybe the right moment was still coming. But the truth is, the waiting eroded something inside me. I began to feel like I wasn't a priority, like the person who promised me forever was letting me linger in uncertainty. My friends told me I was overthinking it, that men get nervous, that he would come around. But inside, I knew my heart couldn't continue on pause forever. There's a point when waiting for someone else's timing isn't patience, it's self-deception. So I made the decision that no one takes lightly. I told him I couldn't continue like this. I explained how 3 weeks had made me feel invisible, unsure, unvalued. I told him that love without action is just a story we tell ourselves to sleep at night. I expected disappointment, tears, maybe begging, but I didn't expect relief. I didn't expect the sense of calm that came over me when I finally admitted I couldn't wait any longer. Mark looked stunned, silent for what felt like an eternity. He asked me if I was serious, and I nodded, tears threatening but my voice steady. I could see in his eyes a mix of hurt and disbelief, but also an understanding. I think even he knew he had waited too long. We parted that evening without shouting, without drama. I walked away with a strange mix of sadness and liberation, believing that what I had done was both necessary and right. And then came the news that shook me to my core. Mark is now engaged to someone else. The woman, someone I didn't know well, someone he apparently met after our breakup. I saw the photos online. Him down on one knee, her smiling, glowing, as though this was exactly where they were meant to be. And I couldn't help but feel a sharp pang of regret, a rush of what-ifs, that hit me in waves. Did I act too soon? Was I wrong to reject him over something that felt like a simple delay? Could I have handled it differently? But then, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that the pain wasn't in my choice. It was in the waiting, the ignoring of my own worth. He chose someone else because the timing with me had slipped. The love he promised existed, yes, but so did the failure to act. And in that failure, I saw my own strength. I valued myself enough not to linger in uncertainty, not to let my life pause for someone else's indecision. Now, as I scroll through the photos, as I see his smile and her joy, I feel both sorrow and clarity. Sorrow because I still love him, because the life I imagined with him is gone. Clarity because I know that love without respect for your own boundaries is not love at all. It's easy to blame timing, to blame the other person, to whisper that, maybe I should have waited. But the truth is, waiting too long can break even the strongest hearts. And while his heart has moved on, so has mine. Only I'm moving forward with lessons, with dignity, and with a clearer understanding of what I deserve.